Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is the big day. The day that, well, probably nobody has been waiting to see. The big reveal, right? I've been teasing this for a month and a half or so, ever since I started making videos, and today's the day. I'm going to release the big secret information and the thrill of the chase that ties in my solution all nice and neat, and that were essential to finding the chest. This will probably be a little bit longer of a video, in the 20-minute range. I hope you really stick it out, guys. I think there's going to be a lot of good information, and I think you'll like it. Well, I hope you like it. Anyways, and this is about the 7th time I've made this video, so hopefully I'm going to get through it. I've had the worst time with my computer, and then I realized on another video I left up some personal information that I didn't realize until I was reviewing the video. So hopefully this will be the final take. Alright, so if you've been watching, this is my solution area, right? My Where Warm Waters Halt, my blaze down here, and then the chest I believed was right here. Okay, so let's go here. This is from page 99. Yes, we're doing a page 99 reveal. Here it is. This little rectangle right here is this, right? Close up. I had a high-powered magnifying glass with a light that I took a picture through with my cell phone, and then I zoomed in on the picture on my cell phone and took a screenshot, and that's what we're looking at. So it's very grainy, but I think it'll work for our purposes. Now, there's been a lot of talk about this little rectangle on page 99. In fact, Cynthia Meacham did a good video on it not too long ago, a few months ago, but I believe in her interpretation it was upside down, and she believed it says fly house. So I guess the F would be here, the Y here, I'm not sure about this middle area, maybe the T, something something, the O here, which I can see, and the S here, which I can see. So I don't agree with her. I don't think that's what it says, but I do think it says something. And I do agree that this is an S and this is an O. However, you're going to have to flip it back right side up the way it was in the book to understand what it says. Okay, so you ready, guys? Let's get to it. Take a look and try to make out the writing as best you can. It's really hard, but it's one of those things where, you know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And also, well, I'll get back to that. Okay, so let me get my drawing tool out. All right. So I'm gonna go over the letters. This here is the S, right? That's pretty obvious, right? You guys can give me that for sure. S. Here looks like an O to me, right? Okay, O. Sorry, that's a terrible O. It's really supposed to come out here more. Okay, so what's this one here? What's this? I'm going to tell you it's a B. Line here, here, and then you can see it curves right there. You see the curve in here. And you can see a curve right there around. So the B is going to be here. Right. S-O-B. And then here, this looks like a little C, right? It's just kind of like a two-lined 90-degree angle thing. And here, what does that look like? Do you know what that is? You guys can always go back on the video when we're done. R. Here, this one's a little harder to see, that middle R, but yeah, it's an E. And this one, you can kind of see that angle here, the outside of a K. Yeah, that's what it is, a K. Right here. S-O-B correct. In other words, S-O-B Creek. Soda Butte Creek. That's what it says, folks. S-O-B Creek. I know people are going to say they don't see anything, but that's what it says. It's there. Now, remember, a few are in tight focus with a word that is key. Tight focus, magnifying glass, right? Also, how he talked about His autobiography is so small you have to read it with a magnifying glass. Another hint to this. This was hidden in the book. This was one of the big clues he was talking about. Soda Butte Creek. Not convinced yet? Okay. When Dale found out from Forrest that the chest had been found on Saturday, June 6th, Dale told the story how he sent an email back to Forrest asking if it was true because he didn't know. He didn't believe it, right? No one did. And Forrest, sure enough, emailed Dale back. And I'm saying Dale Neitzel, for those of you who don't know, who has the DaleNeitzel.com website. Okay, so when Forrest emailed him back, Forrest stated, yes, it's true, the chest has been found. Something to that effect, SOB, right? Or SOB, the chest has been found. I don't know the exact order of the words, but the SOB was in there. And when I first read it, my first thought was, oh, is he upset that it was found, like son of a bitch, right? Or was he sad that it was found, sob like he was crying? And then that kind of fit what Forrest later said, how he said he was half happy, half sad. So I'm like, okay, well, that's a good use of the word sob because it could mean, sobbing as crying or son of a bitch. And then it finally came to me the next day. I'm like, SOB, it means all of it. But what it really means is it's his veiled hint to Dale and then to the community, because he knows if Dale got it, the whole community is going to get it, that it was Soda Butte, SOB, just like he wrote in his book here on page 99. Sorry about all the noise. My kid's doing laundry back there. Slammed the door, sorry. So it's SOB, and that's why he wrote that on Dale's email. Right? Guys, I mean, I'm humble. I really am. You guys don't know me. But, and if I sound cocky while I'm doing this video, I'm sorry. I really am. That's not my intention, but it's just so obvious to me, a lot of this stuff. And, we still have people saying the chest wasn't found in Wyoming, for God's sakes. I mean, so I don't expect everyone to believe me. Definitely not. I don't. But it's just hard for me to understand why people refuse to see things that are obvious. I don't know. I really don't. And sure, maybe it's not obvious. It's a little grainy, but come on, guys. That's what it says. If you really look at it, that's what it says. All right, so Soda Butte Creek, right? The one thing he was surprised searchers haven't thought of, to his uncertain knowledge, regarding a winning solve. The one thing was that he told us where it was. Right? Not with the clues in the poem, but he actually told us where it was. SOB Creek. Right? And the Playboy interview that Jason Dent recorded, Forrest said something to the fact, someone will find the chest if, and they won't find the chest if not. What he's talking about is deciphering this rectangle, right? That's what he was talking about. If someone could decipher this rectangle here, they could find the chest. But if they can't, well, then they can't. You might be thinking, so why is it so important to say Soda Butte Creek? That a lot of people are searching there. Yes, that's true. But that's not the totally important part. It's what's next that was really important. And what is that? Now, let's talk about numbers. Throughout the chase, we talk about numbers like 15, 5, 50, 22, 11, all kinds of different numbers, right? Well, there are numbers that are important, but there's one number in particular that's vital to the solution. And a lot of people believe this, they just didn't know how to apply it. But I've heard many people say that this number was important, and that's 50. And if maybe you've seen it already while we've been sitting here talking. Right here, down, around, right there. 5, 0. Now I'm going to ask you to, before I draw it with the blue marker, I'm going to ask you to take notice of the bottom of this 5, the bottom leg of the 5. See how it's kind of fat there? Almost like a paddle, right? Have we seen that before anywhere? Let's see. I got to get rid of the writing to get back to the... Right here, look at this. It's like a paddle. Right? Because remember our solution? My solution goes to here, down here, down here. So the bottom, my solution's a 5. And the bottom leg is the paddle. And then I just gave it away But that's what this means. The path is a 5, folks. And then we have the 50, the 0 to the 50. I did it really bad, but it's there. Trust me, you can look at it. It's 50. So I already told you that the path is 5, right? Amazing. So what's the 0 mean? Well, the 0 means it ties into T.S. Eliot, right? We shall never cease from our exploring, because to do so will, gosh, I can't believe I can't remember the quote, but basically, and when we get to finally arrive, we'll know the spot, the same spot, but know it for this first time, right? That's, I think, what the 0 means. Let's look at the 5 again on the path. Here. Look at that. If you're here, it's just the inverse or mirror image of up here. And what's really odd is look up here. See how it curves? Even down here there's a curve. I mean, that's amazing. That clearly that's a coincidence, because Forrest can't shape the land, right? Or shape the pavement, but it's just really uncanny how that curves up there and that curves here. But it's basically a mirror image, right? Okay, now what else does a 0 mean? Well, I think the 0 means you have to do more path. Another 5, just like your first 5. And what makes me think that? Well, 1, the 0, it means do it again, right? Or a circle, keep doing it till you find it, right? But let's look at scrapbook. I think it was 98.5 or 99.5, where he's in his bathroom, and he talks about the 3 mirrors. He says, why would I have 3 mirrors? Well, to digress a moment, anytime he asks a question like that in a scrapbook, or he's drawing your attention to something, it's a clue or it's a hint, right? Why would I have 3 mirrors? I'll tell you why. Because it's 3 5s, right? So remember, I said the chest was over here. We're going to do 1 5, gets here to the blaze. Then we do another little 5, and then another 5 like this, right? 3 5s. Now, I will concede that I might be wrong about one thing here. You do this, this. It could just be a second 5 here to get us to this spot right here where I think it is, and the third 5 being going this way back out to our car, because remember we park here for below Homo Brown. So it could either be 2 to get the chest, then 1 back, or it can be 3 to get the chest, because you go here with Marvel Gaze, and unfortunately I haven't done that video to explain why it would be 3 5s to get back there. But anyways, right there. Another thing about the 3 5s, there's a scrapbook which I mentioned in a prior video of when Forrest was looking for a book. I don't know if it was the Everett Haley scrapbook or not, but he goes up an elevator, which is a reference to the blaze, walks back 15 rows. He's telling you 3 5s, right? 15 is 3 5s, and it's right there. The guy gives him the book. Well, that's a direct reference to the chest, folks. Okay? Now, another one. The recent scrapbook earlier this year about the gentleman who got stuck at the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, right? Forrest wrote a story about how him and Donnie walked down into the bottom of the canyon and then had to walk up. And he said when they were trying to get out, it was like climbing the Washington Monument. Guys, look it up. But the Washington Monument is 555 feet. Again, 3 5s. And as if all of that wasn't enough, but wait, there's more. There's more. Forrest was shot down, I think it was December 20th, right? What time was it? 17:55, which is what? 5:55 p.m. Right? Amazing. I know. It's unbelievable. I mean, Forrest, what a job he did putting this together. When it all comes together at the end, it's just like, wow, right? So let's go back to our drawing. Let me get out of here. Or not our drawing, but the page 99 sketch, right? So here we go. It's 50, 0. SOB, Creek. There it is, guys. Soap Butte Creek, 50. Now, there's another thing in this. Let me just do that for a second. Okay, Here, remember the 5 was here, and the 0 is here. But this is something else. Do you see it? Do you see something here? Again, it's grainy, but it's there. Do you see it? It's an owl. It's an owl, folks. Absolutely an owl. These are the little eyeball. Little eyeball. It's kind of looking this way, right? And then this is the top of the eyes, right? Like the white of the eyes, so to speak. This is the little feathered horns that owls have, right? And it's kind of perched, like looking up over from behind a ledge, looking down this way, right? So if you've been wise, he's saying, let's go. Right here, I'm going to outline it for him. Again, go back to it when you have time and look at it. Right here. Right? Here's the eye. There's another one. There's the outline of the eye. I just screwed that up, but anyways, it's looking this way, right? It's looking that way. It's there, folks. That's the owl. And I don't really think there's much denying that one either. People will see what they want, though. I know. I can't let it get to me. I guess I just want some people to share in the fun of having this deciphered, and maybe someone will agree and be happy that they finally know something. Know that the secrets, or the genius of Forrest's poem and how he put the book together, and all of those hints in the book. It's amazing. I mean, Forrest. I thank him so much for doing this for us. I mean, I had a great time. I was very upset when the chest was found, but nonetheless, what fantastic memories. And Forrest, if you ever hear this, I thank you. All right, so that is the big reveal, right? So the owl obviously is saying, if you're wise, if you follow the path of the 5 and the 0, right? If you follow the path, the 50. Sure, the stuff I said in my video about being wise, following the clerk through the store, the woman with the garish red hair and the scrapbook, sure, those are all hints for what I said they were. But this is the big one, right? This one, being wise, following the path, the 5 and the 0. This is, unbelievable. Marvelous by Forrest. Okay, what else do I got here? I got a little sheet. I never take notes for these, but I did today because there's just so much I wanted to go over. All right, let's go back to page 99. We've got a couple other little deals over there, little things here. Okay, over here we all know this little tree stump with the arrow, so I won't really get into that. Right next to it, there's the number 50 again. Okay, that's a 50. Back here, I believe that could be Roosevelt Arch, the north entrance to Yellowstone. And if you look closely with a magnifying glass, there seems to be a little silhouette of somebody kind of leaning over, lifting up a lid, which could represent the treasure box. So basically, he's telling you it's in Yellowstone. Over here, remember my solution? If you saw the video, it was on a raised rock wall. Again, Dizzy Dean, I referenced that, where Forrest had to climb the platform on a ladder to get to the top. Look at here. This is a raised platform, right, of land. Here's some ladders that he's metaphorically has to climb to get up here. Not to mention the ladders that are all over the box, right? That are all over the chest. And then here we know JF drew this sketch, right? But I believe Forrest tinkered with it, obviously. And I think he left his mark right here. This thing here, I never really figured out what this was. Is it like a hippo or something? I don't know. And these are like eyeballs, but right between here, right in the middle, those are 2 F's, folks. F. I'm convinced of that. The second F isn't as pronounced, but the first F, definitely. This is FF. That's Forrest's mark that he had something to do with this drawing, right? Not only this in the rectangle, also up here on the edge of this wing right here, it says pies, I think. Look closely. Over here we have the family of 5, right? We got 2 sitting down here, and then I got 3 here, these 3 black silhouettes. That represents his family, I believe. What else? I think that's all I have for page 99, but it's amazing, all the little hints. Now, I will wrap up in my grand finale. I'm just looking at my notes to make sure that's all I've got. Okay, the grand finale, the word that is key. Now, he said there's a word that'll help you in the poem more than others. He never said that that's the word that is key. So I still tend to believe, well, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. The word that is key, because he said they were in tight focus, could be the little SOB creek that we just talked about, right? But if it is the one in the poem, there's no question which one it is. You want to take a second to think about which one it is? Okay, the word is so. That's the word in the poem that matters the most. Why is that? Because the numerical extrapolation of so is 50, right? S is 5, O is a 0. So that's the word that is key. Well, that's my video. I hope you liked it. It's kind of long. I'm sorry for that. I got a little worked up. I apologize for that as well. I was very passionate about this for over 2 years. Was crushed when it was found. You know, and I didn't want to wait any longer. That's why I put out these videos. I wanted to get it off my chest, and I was hopeful other people would come along and see my solve and find it correct. But for them, not for me, because nothing. You know, the only one that changed my mind is Forrest. If Forrest told me I was wrong, okay. But the evidence in this solution in all my videos, guys, it's beyond overwhelming, especially now with this, the SOB Creek and the 50. And maybe I'm a crazy person. Maybe you guys don't see anything that I see, and I'm the Lone Ranger here, you know, and you know, coming off like an idiot. Maybe, but I doubt it, guys. I doubt it. You know, I know I can cut this part off, so I'm going to go off a little bit. I'm going to come clean. I don't know if I'm going to leave this on here, but at the extreme high probability of, you know, being mocked, being told I'm crazy, I believe I was the person toe-to-toe with the finder. And I may do other videos about the actual spot of where the chest is with my pictures and relate them to the scrapbooks. Again, there'll be very little to deny there, I think, but you know, whatever. But I think it was me. I think the finder got there before I did. I'm not saying anything wrong. I just was too late. That's it. The finder beat me. And this has helped me get past it. I'm not totally past it, but it's helped a lot. You know, to be honest, I think a part of me expected when I put the solution out that people would just jump right along, but it didn't work out like that at all. You know, no one is impressed by any of it, which really says a lot to me about people and how humans think. And you know, I mean, Forrest could come out and post a solve under another name, no one believe it. You know, I've heard people talk about how they would recognize the winning solve. I beg to differ. You know, I seriously doubt it. You know, I think this is the correct solve. You know, I might not have the chest. Doesn't mean it's not the correct solve, even though someone tried to make that claim. You know, anyways, guys, I thank you for coming along on the ride. I hope you've liked the videos. I've been honest as I could with you. I apologize for any overconfident sounding cockiness. I'm generally not like that in real life, but when it comes to the chase, you know, like all of us, we got a little crazy. And I put my heart and soul into this, just like anyone else. I'm not saying I'm special. I know we all did. And it hurt bad. Boy. Anyways, you know, on to other things. It'll still sting probably for a while. But hopefully finishing up these videos will give me a little peace and be able to help me to move on. All right, thanks again. You know, I'll probably certainly put out some more videos. I just don't know when. I'm gonna stop with this one, I think, for a while, unless Forrest comes out with something, or something happens in the chase. Otherwise, this will be it for a little while. All right, thanks again. I'd love to get a thumbs up or thumbs down, a comment, an email, and we'll talk next time. Take care. Bye bye.